don't think.
I'll let you know in a second.
Correct?
Not yet. Hold on. It's still halfway loading. All right, go ahead.
We're ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening. Today is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. This is the regular session of the Board of the School Trustees of the School City of East Chicago. The time is now 6:03 p.m. The place is School City of East Chicago Administration Building, 1401 East 144th Street in East Chicago, Indiana, 46312. We are also via live stream, and you can find that on our website. This is a meeting of the school board in public for the purpose of conducting the school corporation's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. Can we please have Ms. Cass have the roll call?
Trustee Rodriguez.
Present.
Trustee Gomez.
Present.
Trustee Williams.
Present.
Trustee Smith.
Present.
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Present. Next, we'll move to the Pledge of Allegiance. Can we please stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, we'll move to the business portion of the meeting.
Yes, I would like to add some items to the agenda. First item is the MOU for Girls on the Run.
Is there a motion for approval? Was there a motion for approval? I'm sorry.
Make a motion for approval.
Trustee Smith makes a motion for approval. Oh, I lost the boardroom.
Yep, I see that.
Jeremy, if you're on, we lost the boardroom. Thank you.
It still shows on my end. Hold on.
Yep, there we go. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
At the
Yeah.
board?
yes.
Okay, so I have a motion for approval by Ms. Smith. Is there a second for the motion?
Second.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
That's Trustee Gomez.
Oh, Trustee Gomez, I'm sorry.
Prior to that, Trustee Hernandez Orange, Madam President, Trustee Gomez made the motion first, and then Trustee Rodriguez seconded.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry. We lost you guys. It went blank, like the screen went blank, so.
Thank you.
So then we have, it was a motion by Trustee Gomez and it was a second by Trustee Rodriguez. Ms. Cass, do you have that?
Yes.
Perfect. Any questions?
Just so I'm clear, that motion was to add the Girls on the Run MOU. That was Trustee Gomez's motion
Correct.
to add it. Okay.
Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes.
Second item I would like to add is the contract for the interventionist at Washington L.
Contract for what? I'm sorry, Ms. Right.
The interventionist at Washington Elementary.
Okay. Is there a motion for this?
Madam President?
Is it Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Rodriguez.
I'll make a motion to add the intervention.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Gomez seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes.
Next item is the contract for an interpreter for trade winds.
Is there a motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Smith makes a motion for approval.
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. All right, are there any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Item number 10, I'm sorry. Superintendent Wright is another item.
No, that's it.
Okay, now we'll move to the business portion of the meeting. And first we have the approval of distribution of payroll.
Madam President, move for approval.
Trustee Gomez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Are there any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes, next we'll have approval of claim dockets. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve claim dockets.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Trustee Gomez seconds the motion. Any questions?
Just one, Madam President.
Yes, trustee Rodriguez?
Yeah, I believe it was the first page, check number 107784. I don't know if that was a typo on the name itself. Again, that's check number 107784.
For 107784?
Correct.
No, that's the monthly bill.
I've never seen this name before. That's why I'm just curious if that was just a typo like that on the name.
That's our telephone service and our internet service. And you did say 784, correct, Joel?
Correct.
Yeah, that's our telephone and internet service we done have for the last 3 years.
Okay.
That's the one, yeah.
Are there any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Item number 3, approval of personnel report. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President.
Trustee
I make a motion
Rodriguez?
to- I make a motion to approve personnel report.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee
second,
Smith seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Gomez?
just wanted to clarify, there was some confusion over the last personnel report, and I think there was a discussion about some items that have not been reviewed or approved by the superintendent. If I could ask the superintendent, you have 4 pages here. These been reviewed and approved?
Yes, they have.
Thank you. That's all I got.
I did have a question, Ms. Wright. I know we had a list when it came to aides and paraprofessionals. Yeah, we're hiring new aides and paraprofessionals. Did we go through that list and see if those ones that we kind of laid off would like to come back? Or did we just begin to hire new?
Well, all the ones that we laid off, we called them back. So the ones that wanted to come back are back. So we, in addition to all the ones that we laid off and they came back, we still need more pairs.
Okay.
So,
Okay. And I think, Ms. Wright, I don't know what we could do for doc number 2223, but this individual literally has held down the school city of East Chicago for many years and is a key key person in our school district, and I don't know if we could just send a thank you for her service, because of the fact that if it wasn't for her, a lot of our numbers in regards to student student count and report cards, and I think we just need to just send a letter of thank you, of gratitude to this individual.
We're gonna do more than that, we're gonna have a big celebration.
Perfect.
And her job is posted.
I'm sorry.
Her job is posted, and we're looking for a replacement now. And we know that whoever replaces her have big shoes to fill, so, but we are looking.
Absolutely. Are there any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 4, approval of Hegarty contract for professional development, Superintendent Wright.
This is a one-time contract for our district PD. It's going to take place March 10th. This is, PD is for K-2. It's being paid out of our early intervention grant, and it is devoted to our literacy program.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Smith makes the motion for approval.
I'll second.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Are there any questions? I just want to make sure the process for anything regarding contracts, so forth, we end up approving it first prior to us sending the contract back signed to the companies, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I saw that was signed by you, and then, kind of on 115, I just want to make sure that the process, I know the process. Are there any other questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Rodriguez.
and again, maybe this is probably one of those type of contracts, but has this contract been viewed by our attorney in terms of its format?
Yes, I have.
Any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 5, approval of Solient Health Contract Speech Services Superintendent Wright.
Yes, this contract is for a speech pathologist. This contract is replacing one of our speech pathologists who resigned.
okay.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, move for approval.
Trustee Gomez makes a motion for approval.
Second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 5, approval, I'm sorry, item number 6, approval of Gatlin Plumbing and Heating Agreement. Superintendent Wright.
Yes, this contract is for Gatling Plumbing and Heating. The committee met and looked at all the bids, and they have recommended Gatling Plumbing.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve item 6.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Madam President,
Is that Trustee Rodriguez? I'm sorry.
it's Gomez.
Gomez.
Thank you. I have a question. We are moving to another vendor here, correct?
I'm sorry.
We're moving into another vendor. We're switching vendors, correct?
Well, is Lenny in the building? Thank you, Lenny.
Lenny's here.
Lenny Francisci, Director over.
Lenny?
Right.
Yes.
Lenny Francisci, Director over Maintenance. We did go out for 3 bids, Trustee Gomez. All 3 companies, as far as mechanical concepts, Arctic Engineering and Gatling Plumbing, has been doing work, has done work with PAS in the district, all 3 excellent vendors. So we did open it up We did go to apples and apples, so everything is straight, so there wasn't three different types of bids, and that one was the lucky bidder.
Is this something that is an emergency situation that happened, or is just something that needed to be just done?
President Orange, yes, it is. As of right now, there is no, they have to boil some water for the kitchen.
Mm.
So this is something that we need to get addressed.
Okay. Any other questions?
If not, I have a comment.
Yes.
On page 2 of Gatlin's proposal, I just want to make sure that the board members are aware that what you have before you from Gatlin is a proposal, and on page 2, the first sentence there, it appears as though it's contemplated that we're going to enter into a subsequent contract after this proposal is approved. So there should be an additional document that you will be seeing later, but I understand there's obviously an emergency. We need to get the proposal approved, but what's before you now for approval is approval of the proposal. And I'll make sure I work with Lenny and Leela on the contract that they reference in the proposal itself.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Rodriguez.
to Attorney Harris, so what you're saying is as long as we approve it today, are you stating that we were gonna have to bring this back to the board for additional approval?
No, I believe the contract needs to come back before you. Yes, I am telling you that the contract needs to come back, but that the proposal in the amount that's being proposed can be approved tonight by the board. And that's what you have before you now. They haven't presented you with a proposed contract itself, but the proposal is enough for you to get the ball rolling so you can address the emergency situation. And come the next meeting, we'll present the contract to you for approval and possibly ratification. Let's see what's in it, but it definitely needs to come back to you though.
Any other questions?
Madam President,
D. Gomez.
yeah, thank you. The exclusions part of it has fees, bonds, and permits. So is the final total the $13,650, or do we have to pay for permits as well? It's the first under exclusions.
If I do remember right, Mr. Gomez, we do have to pay for the license.
You have a number for that?
No, but Lenny can get a number for us for tomorrow.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 7, approval of Monroe Pest Control Agreement.
Yes, once again, the committee met. They received 3 different bids. And after reviewing the bid and the work that we need for the school city of East Chicago, I'm recommending Monroe Pest Control because they offered the best offer for our unique needs.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion to approve item 7.
Trustee Gomez makes a motion for approval.
Rodriguez.
I'm sorry, Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? I just want you guys to know the boardroom on my end looks I can't hear differentiate the voices, but then it's all blurry. So I don't know who it is. I apologize.
It looks like the connection's weak.
Yeah. Any other questions?
no,
Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 8, approval of use of CHS facilities request, Kawan Short Football Camp. Superintendent Ray.
Yes, I'm requesting approval of the football field and facilities for Mr. Short's annual football camp on June 19th. Mr. Short will submit a liability policy before June 19th.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Smith makes a motion for approval.
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Any questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Gomez?
I don't believe, this is upside down, so I can't read it. We have a standard rental agreement, correct? And is that what we're following for this one?
Superintendent Wright?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, standard rental agreement, yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Wright, if I recall correctly, for the standard rental agreement, they would pay for the usage of the field, and I don't think they've ever paid for usage of the field. Am I correct in saying that? Ms. Simmons?
I'm sorry, I'm going to say this was Mr. Short's football.
Right.
No, Mr. Short does not pay for the rental of the football field. He actually just makes sure that it's liability. And the reason why, to my understanding, is because he is bringing it back to the community and he does not charge our community kids to be in the camp. That was my understanding, is the reason why we do not charge him.
So, and then I think it's the approval of the camp with the waive fee, because it's not the same rental agreement then. I mean, it won't follow that same rental agreement.
I have not seen a rental agreement from Mr. Short. He normally,
It sends a letter.
yeah, Ms. Wright has the letter. I haven't seen it. So yeah, that's to my knowledge.
He
Yes.
also made a donation.
Right. So, Ms. Wright, is it that we're wanting to approve the Kwan Short Camp with the waived fee? And I think we did it last time like that. Coach P, do you remember? I mean, Trustee Williams, do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's always been with the waive fee, but I think the question was for Superintendent Wright from Trustee Gomez, were we using the same standard of agreement for rental? And I'm not sure if that was the correct answer, because we're not using the same rental agreement. I think we're using the same rental agreement, we're just not using it with a fee attached to it.
Right. I that's what I'm trying to get across. So is that what we're trying to prove then? Is that what we should be saying?
No, I don't think we have to say that. We don't have to say, I don't think we have to say that. I think it's still in the sense that we're using the same rental agreement. We just decided as a board to waive the fee, or Superintendent Wright decided that she was waiving the fee. As long as he do a certificate of liability, I think we're covered. Am I right, Attorney Harris?
That's the way it was before.
Yes.
And he also,
And adding the school city of East Chicago as an additional insured on that policy, yes.
and he has always provided that that insurance liability form.
Right.
Yes, I spoke with him and he said that he was getting that over to us.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it was just a free to him, because I know he gives the camp for free for our students. So I didn't want, if we had to change the wording, the verbiage of it, I just want to make sure that it said that we stated that.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Item number 9, approval of Central High School fundraisers.
Yes, I'm asking for approval for 2 fundraisers for Central High School that will take place 2/15 through March 8th for one, and March 1st through May 5th for the second fundraiser.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I move for approval.
Trustee Gomez makes a motion for approval.
I'll second that.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes?
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Item number 10, approval of donations to Central High School. Superintendent.
Yes, I am asking for approval of two donations to Central High School, one for $1,000 and another for 400 and some change. The second one is for Central High School being a faithful host for the blood drive.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion to approve.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Next, we have the MOU Girls on the Run. The MOU for Girls on the Run. Superintendent Ray.
Yes, Girls on the Run is a non-profit organization that inspires our young girls to be youthful, joyful, energetic, and confident. And this is done with a curriculum that also engages our kids in running. This MOU would include all our elementary and middle school girls. So I'm asking for approval.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I move for approval.
Trustee Gomez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass?
I'll just add that I did review this MOU, and because it didn't involve the expenditure of any money or any unique liabilities that I was concerned about, I didn't modify their form, but I do recommend approval too.
Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Item 12, contract for interventionist at Washington Elementary.
Yes, I'm asking for approval of the contract for the Washington L interventionist. The interventionist will instruct small groups of students in English. She will confer with classroom teachers, instructional coaches, and administrators to coordinate instruction and remediation for identified students and provide feedback on their progress. The interventionist will take attendance at each session and submit weekly attendance records. And she will provide a minimum of 10 hours of services per week. And should we remain virtual, the interventionist will work remotely. However, if students are in the building, the interventionist must report to the building.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I'll make a motion to approve.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Gomez.
well, I read through this earlier, but superintendent just made a comment that this is going to be done, and I see the individual's name on here. This is going to be done in English. What happens to those students whose first language is not English?
That's a good question. I would have to ask the principal.
Superintendent.
I would be
what was the
okay-
question?
I would be okay with this otherwise. The question was, the superintendent made a comment that the individual delivering services to our students is English speaking only. My question was, what happens to those students who are not native English speakers?
So trustee, maybe I spoke, but they're going to receive instruction in English language arts, not just only for English speaking students. They will receive instruction in English language arts.
Okay, and that's fine, but I'm gonna go back one more time. I see the individual's name on here. I don't know their language capabilities. My question remains, how does this serve kids who are not native English speakers? Are we addressing every student in the school district?
Yeah, so we do have a EL specialist that is located inside of Washington L, and her location is solely for the non-English speaking students in Washington L. So I'm sure she will probably be working in collaboration with this interventionist. So yes, we are servicing all the kids in the district.
I appreciate that. I would appreciate some follow-up on this,
Okay.
please.
Okay,
Thank
sure.
Superintendent Wright, the reason why we have an interventionist at Washington Elementary is because of,
Well, the principal at Washington has title funds, and she has chosen to use her title funds for interventionists.
okay. I thought it was, I mean, you know how sometimes you have to do certain things at schools in order to bring, you know, grades up and so forth. I just wanted to know if that was one of the reasons, but thank you. Are there any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes, item number 9, contract for interpreter, Superintendent Wright.
Yes, this contractor will provide interpreter services for students, parents, and guardians of students eligible for special education services. The contract is effective January 6th and will end June 30th.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion to approve.
So Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Are there any other questions?
Just one question.
Trustee Rodriguez.
So it's affected up until January 30th or January 6th?
January 6th,
Okay.
yes.
It's effective starting January 6th. It goes through June 30th.
Right. So my question to you, Ms. Wright, was there someone else that was in this position previously in the beginning of the school year? Or did it?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions?
I'm a little, Madam President?
Yes.
Just real quick, okay. I'm a little confused with regards to I don't see June 30th in here. I see entered into the 17th of February, which is today, effective January 6th, but it doesn't say June 30th.
It's paragraph 4. Paragraph number 4.
I got it, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Gomez.
I see a hourly rate here and a not to exceed, a minimum established here, and then there's a not to exceed daily rate. Is there, I don't see, there's not a maximum on this contract?
That's right. I wasn't provided with a number for a total amount not to exceed. So unlike the last contract, which did have that, this one doesn't, and maybe Superintendent Wright can explain that a little further, but there isn't an amount not to exceed figure that I'm familiar with.
Yes, so I'll explain a little bit about this. First, the interpreter has to submit an invoice. And also I have looked at the IEP And I know how many hours that the interpreter should be providing services for a particular kid. And I believe we only have maybe 2 kids in the district that this interpreter will be servicing. So it's reasonable for me to look at the invoice and determine if that was an accurate number or not, based on the IEP.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Prior to the superintendent's remarks, I would like to make a motion to reconsider the personnel report. Attorney Harris, can you please touch on that?
I can. So I believe that there may have been an issue with Trustee Hernandez Orange's vote on that particular agenda item, and Robert's Rules of Order allow for a matter to be reconsidered in the event you need to clarify or change a vote. I think she'll be able to go into more detail as to why she feels she needs to do that. But before we get there, there needs to be a second to her motion to reconsider so she can have an opportunity to explain that further.
I second that motion.
Thank you, Trustee Williams. So I just wanted to go back and change my vote for the personnel matter because obviously my husband is on the personnel report and I would need to abstain from the actual vote. And I did not do that when we first took the vote. So I apologize for having to go back and change. So
procedurally, you would need to have, finish the discussion on this, a vote on reconsidering it, and then we'd have to take that agenda item up again and vote on it again.
okay, so is there any other questions in regards to the motion?
Yes, Madam President, just procedurally, was there an original motion? Trustee Williams made a second.
Well, I'm sorry, I asked for the motion and he seconded the motion.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't clear on that. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Well, then now we would have to just take the vote, Attorney.
Yes, the vote is on just reconsidering it. If that passes, then you just need to take up the personnel report again to approve it.
Okay, Ms. Cass, can you please have roll call?
Trustee Rodriguez,
Madam President, real quick before we,
Rodriguez?
now, did you ask for a motion or did you make a motion? Just so
She's the one making the motion because the reason we're doing all this is her request. So normally the chair wouldn't be making a motion for certain items, but she's the only one that could request to reconsider because she's the reason you're reconsidering it. So it's her motion and then second by Trustee Williams.
Right. So she's not asking, as she made the motion.
Correct.
Correct, Ms. President?
Correct. Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes, so now we will go back to the personnel report. And I have to ask again for a motion for a personnel report.
Correct.
Madam President, I make approval.
Trustee Gomez makes a motion for approval.
second,
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Are there any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes,
Chairman Hernandez on.
Abstain. Now we will move to the superintendent's remarks.
Yes, once again, all the stakeholders and my team, we are working on a plan to get our kids back in school. We have been meeting, so we are really making some great strides in making sure that our kids come back to school. So if you have any questions, teachers, please send those questions to Ms. Helen Steinbach. And parents, please make sure you complete the surveys that we have emailed you all in Skyward, and also send your questions to Ms. Sylvia Alvarez.
Thank you. Any trustee remarks?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
First of all, I would like to just say, I commend the team for working together for a solution for our children to return to school. I think it was a joint effort, and I commend them for all their input as a team. So I just wanted to say thank you for all of your suggestions and your solutions and your questions and your answers. I just want to say thank you for taking the time out and being a part of such a move. Thank you.
Any other trustee remarks?
Madam President,
Trustee Gomez?
two items. I know we're midway through the celebration of Black History Month. And I want to commend the superintendent for posting some items on our website relative to that. The two items I wanted to talk about was a comment that was made earlier today regarding a retirement. And I'm not sure where we're at. I know staffing can be difficult, particularly at a time like this, but that is a key position, as you mentioned, and or as was mentioned earlier. And I hope that moving forward, we can attempt to make some efforts to cross-train people. So as one person leaves the district or goes on sick leave, that we have someone ready to step in. I'm sorry that that person will no longer be with us, but congratulations to your career here. The second item is a board matter. I've not seen in my 2 months here approval of minutes, and I went back and looked at our agendas from last year. And the last thing that I saw was a board approval of minutes on September 16th for minutes of meetings held in January, February, and March of 2020. I guess I'm going to direct this to Attorney Harris. Shouldn't we be doing this on a regular basis and not waiting? Right now, it looks like we're 9 months behind, we're 4 to 9 months behind approval of minutes at the worst, and at the least 6 months maybe.
Yes, we should be doing it in real time after each meeting. Now, I know just from representing several boards that there are some that, due to the remote working arrangement or teleworking, that they have some difficulty in getting the minutes done. I don't know if that's the case here, but I have seen that as being an issue. What some boards are doing in order to make sure that they stay on top of preparing the minutes in real time is they'll get a court transcriptionist to participate in the meetings, and they'll do that in real time, and they're always on top of it. But with, for example, Ms. Cast here, if she's not physically in the building or whatever the case may be, it can get behind. But that is a discussion that the board would need to have, and along with the superintendent, to determine how you want to handle it going forward. I'm not familiar with the source of the problem. So bottom line, to answer your question, yes, it is something that should be done on a regular basis.
And I'd like to address the other side of this comment from the superintendent. We, at least from my perspective, that we be more vigilant in making sure that minutes are included in our meetings moving forward. I think it would benefit the board and the community who, if they missed a meeting, they can just go back, review minutes that are as real time as possible. Thank you.
Any other trustees? I would like to make mention, I know the board, we're trying to, along with the superintendent and AFT 511, we're working on a resolution in regards to House Bill 1005. I think there was some issues with just the language or the signatures that we're working on. I think if I'm correct, this was already approved, Trustee Harris, by the state.
No, there are three bills that are there, two Senate bills and one House bill that's at issue. The House bill passed, but none of the legislation has become law yet. So it's all still technically pending. It's in various stages of the approval process. And just within the last couple of days, I had comments or questions from superintendent and a couple of board members about potentially putting together a resolution for board consideration. So there was something that was distributed from me to everyone, and we did receive some comment. So the question really is, did the board want to take immediate action on that? And if so, how immediate did you want it to be and what did you want it to look like? And that's really a decision just, for the board. I think there was an interest in getting some form of resolution adopted. I just don't think we had enough time to reach any type of consensus on exactly how it should read. So depending upon the timing, we either could hold a special meeting to get that resolution approved, or it could be on the agenda for the next meeting. But I think that's where we are with it.
Okay, I would like for us as a board and superintendent as well as AFT to work on just that resolution passed, because at this point, the state is finding ways to continue to take away money from our public schools, not only with the voucher programs, but as well as the CTE programs are starting to take funding, and ultimately it hurts public schools children. So if we have to continue to send down resolutions, I say we do so. I do ask that parents as well as teachers and our board members contact our legislatures to tell them we cannot have this money taken away from the public schools. This is just a pure way of letting public schools fail. Any other comments? Trustee comments? Next, we'll move to public forum.
All right, thank you. Public forum is an opportunity for the public to participate in the meeting. You'll be provided with 3 minutes to make your comment. Please state your name, your address. Please be respectful to the board as well as the staff and the other members of the public who are attending the meeting. That's it.
I do know that there's no one online. I don't know if there's anyone at the boardroom.
There's no one physically in the boardroom that signed up to have public comment, so I'm not sure if Mr. Torres have anybody that's on.
No, there's no one online, he said.
Okay, so
Okay, perfect. So next we'll have a motion for, I can't think, I'm sorry, to end our meeting.
Adjournment.
Adjournment.
you need to do the next board meeting date, right?
Oh, you are correct. And that is going to be on March 1st. And that's at 6 p.m. in our boardroom. Now we can have a motion for adjournment.
Madam President, I move for adjournment.
Trustee Gomez moves for adjournment.
Second.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Any questions?
Trustee Williams.
Cast roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
That was Trustee Williams that seconded.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee Williams seconds the motion.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. Thank you. I apologize for not being able to be there with you guys.